If you are an Excel charts user, once in a while you need to plot ranges of data. And occasionally you receive the data not exactly how you would expect. So in this little video, I'm going to show you how to plot ranges of data on an Excel chart and also how to transform the data so you can do that. Let us take a look. So here I have a data set that I would like to plot, and I would like this data. It came as basically text entries, and I would like to plot these numbers as ranges on a chart. So before I can do that, I need to transform the data. I need to split the data and turn it into two data series instead of one column. And one way to do that is to use the good old text to columns, which is on the Data tab, text to columns. And in this case, I see that the data is delimited using hyphen. But I want to draw your attention to a couple of things. The data is inconsistent. I see some spaces here, and I have more space here than I have right here. So hold that thought for now. I'm going to click on delimited data and click on next. And in order for me to split this column, I need to specify the delimiter. And this legacy tool, text to columns, allows you to specify the direct delimiter, direct click delimiter. And also you can add a custom delimiter. And in this case, I simply type the hyphen. So notice that in the preview, you see exactly how the data will be divided from one column into two columns. And at this point, I just click Next, and I do not believe I need to do anything. In this case, I'm just going to keep it as general format and click Finish. And now the data is separated. So at this point, I have two data series, and one of them I'm going to call Min, and the second one I'm going to call Max, or high, low, and so on, since I have ranges. And now I'm ready to plot the data. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select both of these and insert a chart. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the chart that is called stacked column, like that one. And now the data is plotted, and the min data series is the blue one, and the max data series is the orange one. So, but I wanted to plot the range. I don't really want the stacked column. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to double-click on the blue, one of the blue data points, and it will select the entire data series for the min numbers, for the minimum numbers. And all I need to do at this point is make them transparent, make them invisible. The best way to make them invisible is to make them transparent. And for that, I'm going to click on Format Data Series here, and if it's gone, you have a couple of options. You can double-click on an element, and then, of course, you need to select the element you're working with, and you will get the formatting panel. Alternatively, you can right-click on an element in the chart and click on the Format option, in this case, Format Data Series. What I need to do, I need to change the color scheme for the selected data series for the smaller values. And I'm going to click on Fill, and I'm going to select Solid Fill, and I'm going to increase transparency all the way to 100%. Now, I also want to get rid of the border. I'm going to click on the border, and I'm going to increase the transparency of the border to 100%. When you use transparency, it doesn't matter what color you have. And now I have ranges plotted on the chart. Now, there's a couple of caveats. If you select a chart style first, let's say if I select the style, then you see that if I select it after I formatted my chart, it will bring back the colors. So I need to do it again. I'm going to click on the min data series and then go to Fill and change the transparency. That's for the border. And for the fill color, I'm going to select Solid Fill, and I'm going to increase transparency. And now it should be exactly like before. So now I have a chart that is plotting ranges, and those ranges were typed in a single column, but I can achieve what I want by separating the data from one column into two columns. But that is not all. I would like to give you a bonus, a couple of alternative ways to transform the data. So here's pretty much the same data, and it's also not quite right, not quite what I want. So in the previous example, I transformed the data using the legacy feature called text to columns. Now let me try it this time. I'm going to click on Data, Text to Columns, click on Delimited, and then select the space and the hyphen, just like before. But the problem with this data, it has more space characters at the beginning, so it is more messed up than the previous one. So what happens if I use text to columns? I'm going to actually place it into a different destination on the right-hand side and click Finish. You see that the data is sort of mixed mesh, so the text to columns feature, as nice and battle-tested it is not perfect. So what can you do in this case? Here's another option. You can try to use the flash fill. And the flash fill is, if you remember, on the Data tab, right next to Text to Columns, we have flash fill. The flash fill allows you to fill data from an example that you provide. So let's say I want to extract the left number into the min column. I will just type 2500 and press Enter. And now I'm going to click on Flash Fill, or you can use the Control-E shortcut. I'm going to use the shortcut, Control-E. Now, the Flash Fill, under ideal circumstances, will fill the data based on your example, and it will pick up the pattern in the data set on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side so that you can extract the data you want. In this case, it's not really working. So when the flash fill is not working, is misbehaving, you can try to modify the example immediately after you run the flash fill. And to do that, you double-click on the number that is not quite correctly picked up by the flash fill. And notice the gray frame around the flash-filled range. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to type 250 here, because that's what I wanted to extract from my data set, and press Enter. The flash fill will adapt its action, and I am looking at it one more time, and it looks like this is working. So the first number is done. I'm going to do the same for the max number, 4999, and I'm going to use Control-E again, click on the flash fill, or Control-E. And again, flash fill is being naughty, or rather the data is being all messed up, not ready for consistency, not consistent. I'm going to double click on this empty cell, and I'm going to type what I would like to see there, which is 999, you see in column B, the second value, and press Enter. And now the flash fill is picking everything correctly. So now I extracted these values from column B without using the text to columns tool, but by using the flash fill. But that is not all. Let me give you another way to separate the data. One more way to fix the data, a data set like this, is to use the Power Query tool. That works only if you are on Windows, using Excel on Windows. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to connect to this data set using Power Query. Data from table range. Now Power Query will create a table first, an Excel table. It will put all the data into a newly created Excel table. I'm going to click OK. Now my data is in Power Query. A couple of steps here. First, I want to get rid of all the, all the spaces. So there's a couple of ways to do it. I'm going to use replace values option. And what I'm going to replace, I'm going to replace space, just type space, and I'm going to type nothing. I'm going to replace spaces with nothing. I'm going to click OK. So now all the spaces are gone. What I need to do now, I need to split this column into two separate columns. And to do that, it's really easy. It's just right-click and split column by delimiter. I have only one delimiter. The delimiter is correctly identified as a hyphen character. And I'm going to click OK. So this is going to be my min, the smaller number of the range, and this one is going to be the max, or the larger number of the range. And I might need to change the data type. I don't think I need to in this case, but just in case, maybe change the data type into decimal, because you never know if your data might have a decimal value. I'm going to rename the query. This is going to be clean data. And I'm going to close and load. And when you close and load like that, by default you get a new sheet with the same name as the query name, and the data is nice and ready, nice and clean.